I thought he wrestled well here. I think this is his new best match of the tournament, topping the match he had in Korakuen against Ryuki Honda. But there's still, it's like, if you want to understand what I'm talking about when I say there's something missing with this guy, even though he wrestled well, even though he didn't throw those weak strikes that looked like they couldn't break a thin pane of glass, right? Even though he wasn't taking his dainty little steps as he runs across the ring, even though he didn't look like, a baby giraffe, a baby newborn giraffe that can't, keep steady footing, a baby deer on ice. Even though this match was absent of all of that, and the last few matches have been, he still doesn't have the intensity, the fire, or just the natural instincts of a guy like Yuma Anzai. And I'm going to compare him to Anzai, even though Anzai is considered a prodigy of sorts, and it might be unfair, because that's who he was wrestling here. And this is where you can really see what Ren Ayabe is lacking as a pro wrestler. Because Yuma Anzai, and look, Ayabe is 28 years old. Anzai is 25. Ayabe has more experience. He's older. But you watch these two guys wrestle in a main event match where they're given nearly 20 minutes, and Yuma Anzai has the fire, the intensity, the execution, the natural ability, and the natural instincts that Ren Ayabe does not and will never have. He just doesn't have it, and he never will. Could he get a little better? Sure. I'm sure with more experience, he'll tighten up his execution. What he will never have is that fire and that intensity, that spark, and that snap in his work that great wrestlers have. It's just never going to come for him. What you're seeing right now is close to the peak. And it's much better than when he's bad. Because when he's bad, he's brutal. When Ren Ayabe doesn't execute at a competent level, the way he has the last couple nights of this tournament, I believe he's one of the worst Major League Pro wrestlers in the world. And I don't think I'm being too harsh when I say that. Because you get bad execution and bad work combined with all of those other things that he doesn't have. He just, the biggest issue with Ren Ayabe is that he doesn't look like he can hurt a fly. And more importantly, not only does he look like he can't hurt a fly, bigger issue is he doesn't look like he wants to hurt a fly. And a very important component of pro wrestling is looking like you're trying to hurt your opponent. He never looks like he's trying to hurt his opponent, and he never looks like he has the ability to hurt his opponent. He just looks like this tall dude, built like a string bean, who is being forced at gunpoint to do this as an occupation. That's how he comes across. And mind you, I'm talking about him on a night where I've enjoyed the last two matches I've seen from him, relative to his usual output. He just doesn't have it inside of him. He doesn't have that dog in him. That's really what it comes down to. Some guys have that dog in him. He doesn't. Yuma Anzai has that dog in him. Yuma Anzai gets it. I said this before. You can plop Yuma Anzai on an AEW show or a WWE show or a New Japan show or a Dragon Gate show or a CMLL show tomorrow, and he wouldn't look out of place working with anybody. He has the natural instincts and the fire and the intensity, and he's got that dog in him. He gets it. Ren Ayabe don't have that dog. There's nothing there. He looks like he'd rather be doing anything else. He doesn't emote. He has the same facial expression on his face, whether he's winning, whether he's losing. Whether it's 20 minutes into the match, 3 minutes into the match, his entrance, celebrating a win, sad over a loss, same look on his face. Like a video game character from the PlayStation 1 era. Where it's just the same, the face plastered on the fucking sprite or whatever the fuck. There's just nothing there. So this competent pro wrestling that we've gotten out of him the last couple nights, I think we've hit the ceiling. This is who he is at his best, which is not a main event caliber or money drawing caliber star in a major league company. He just isn't. And if you want to see what I'm talking about, go watch this main event on night 7 of the Carnival and compare everything this man does and the way that he works to his opponent. A legitimate rising superstar in pro wrestling in Yuma Anzai. All right, that's it. I'll be back with nights 8, 9, and 10 at some point later this week.